Boots on the ground in Syria. Hundreds of Camp Pendleton Marines deployed. The new mission to take down ISIS.
Just this amount of my body was out of control. And to be able to actually hold it was very empowering.
3D printers and medical procedures. This professor's unusual approach to his colon surgery.
I want that HR person in every HR office in the city to know that digital badges are the wave of the future.
Connecting San Diego kids to innovation outside the classroom. There's an app for that. KPBS Evening Edition starts right now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Ebony Monet. More Camp Pendleton Marines are joining the fight against ISIS in Syria. The Pentagon has deployed 400 Marines on the ground to help Syrian fighters gain control of the northern city of Raqqa. Major Thomas Craig called KPBS from USS Macon Island in the Middle East. He says that the deployment is temporary.
These Marines are providing artillery fire support to the coalition, the indigenous Syrian forces there that are leading the fight to retake Raqqa. So that artillery support will enable them to get closer and defeat ISIS.
Several hundred special operations troops have already been in Syria training local forces for months. The new mission comes as the Trump administration weighs a plan to help Syrian rebels defeat ISIS.
This is the closest we will ever get to repealing and replacing Obamacare. The time is here. The time is now.
That's Speaker Paul Ryan today outlining the GOP plan to dismantle the Affordable Care Act.
Mr. Upton. Aye. Mr. Upton votes aye. Mr. Shimkus. Aye. Mr. Shimkus votes aye. No.
That plan cleared its first hurdles today, getting approval by two committees after all-night sessions. The votes were split along party lines. San Diego Representative Scott Peters spoke before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. He acknowledged problems in some markets with rising cost, but said in California, it's working, with uninsured rates dropping from 9.5% to 5.4%. He said he's worried about shifting more costs to working families.
And I hope whether this bill dies on the floor of the House or the door to the Senate that we will do better than this.
The legislation would replace the tax penalty for the uninsured under the Obama's Affordable Care Act with a conservative blueprint likely to cover far fewer people, but Republicans hope increased choice. Leaders are aiming for passage by the full House in a couple of weeks and then on to the Senate. There's an added resistance today to President Trump's travel ban. Washington state says it will renew its request to block the original ban, hoping the order suspending the ban will also apply to the revised travel ban. The move comes a day after Hawaii launched its own lawsuit, alleging the ban would damage the state's tourism economy. White House officials say the administration thinks the revised ban will stand up in court. A report out of UCLA finds recent decisions in Washington could negatively impact California's economy. The Anderson forecast says deporting immigrants and restricting foreign visitors will impact employment growth, especially in food production. According to the study, half of the agriculture workforce is made up of immigrants in the country illegally. The Soccer City development being proposed for Mission Valley could have a huge economic impact. KPBS reporter Eric Anderson takes a look at how that adds up to dollars and jobs.
The redevelopment plan for the Qualcomm Stadium property could turn the area into an economic engine once it's finished. A review by the San Diego Regional Economic Development Corporation estimates the project could create a yearly economic footprint worth $2.8 billion. The analysis predicts as many as 42,000 jobs will be created to build the stadium, housing, and retail project. The EDC's Mark Cafferty says about 26,000 permanent jobs would also be created, and that adds up to a significant economic punch.
You're looking at retail activity. You're looking at a stadium, a potential stadium that could not only house Major League Soccer, but could draw events into the region like other stadiums, do around the country and have here in San Diego, and have, an impact for small businesses and folks that are connected to the site via those types of activities.
Cafferty says the analysis is not an endorsement of the proposal by FS investors, but he said it was the only plan that's complete enough for an economic review. The La Jolla-based group will start collecting petition signatures next week. They hope to have the proposal in front of the City Council in June. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
California will have a vacant seat on its Supreme Court come September. Justice Catherine Werdiger announced she will retire after more than 2 decades on the state's top court. It could mean a major swing in the court's makeup. Republican-appointed justices have held a majority on the court for decades. But with Justice Werdiger's retirement, Governor Jerry Brown will have the opportunity to change that. His nomination will be the 4th to the 7th member court. Public transit riders in San Diego will soon have a new way to pay their fares with a smartphone. But KPBS Metro reporter Andrew Bowen explains this new MTS app has its limits.
MTS is calling its new mobile ticketing app Compass Cloud, and it's set to go live on March 30th. You'll be able to use it for daily and monthly passes on MTS and the North County Transit District, but you won't be able to buy single ride tickets for the bus or trolley.
So let's just buy a 30-day pass.
MTS spokesman Rob Shoup says that's because those tickets could be used twice, and MTS doesn't allow free transfers between buses.
We're rolling this out in phases, and we're making sure that it all gets done right. So in the future, we may have those one-ways, but it really does increase the convenience for day passes and monthlies.
The limits of this new app are a disappointment to transit advocates who are hoping the technology can attract more occasional riders who might take the bus or trolley just once a day.
So if you want to get down to downtown using a single trip from, say, North Park or La Mesa, and then plan to take an Uber or a Lyft home or a taxi, that should be an option. But now, if you don't allow people to buy just one trip, then it really forestalls that opportunity.
Now, for those who are looking to ride the bus or trolley just once in a day, there will be a way for you to pay your fares without having exact change. A new feature called Compass Cash will let riders load money onto their fare cards and use that for single rides. But there are still some bugs being worked out, so it's unclear exactly when that new function will be available. Andrew Bowen, KPBS News.
The city as a classroom. That's the vision behind a new online platform that connects people to informal learning experiences in their own communities. We're taking a look at the Fleet Science Center. There's a lesson plan designed around this Balboa Park icon. KPBS education reporter Megan Burks shows us what else is on tap for San Diego's syllabus.
The laser can both go very quickly, and it does a very nice clean line.
At a warehouse space called Fab Lab, a few people squeeze into a small room to watch a laser cut a diamond design from cardboard.
So, it just pops out. Voila.
The cardboard diamond is a prototype for a pendant that will eventually be made out of acrylic. 20-year-old Skylar Pacheco Rodriguez and her colleagues are learning to make necklaces for a lesson on modern manufacturing.
So we took the things that we drew on paper, he transferred it over to the computer. Then from the laptop, he sent it to the laser room. From the laser room, he sent the data to the laser, and it etched out our own image.
Pacheco Rodriguez drew a cartoon cat with one alien-like eye and etched it into wood.
It says my cat's name, Sochi. Yeah, she doesn't have one eye.
When she's done with a 13-hour course, she'll earn a digital badge, kind of like the ones you sew onto Scout uniforms, but for her LinkedIn resume or Facebook profile. It's part of an online platform called LRNG, launching in 12 U.S. cities. James Halliday, along with Fab Lab, is overseeing the launch in San Diego.
I want that HR person in every HR office in the city to know that digital badges are the wave of the future, and that tens of thousands of young people in San Diego and hundreds or millions across the country are going to be coming to you now, but in the years ahead, not only with academic transcripts, letters of recommendation, and summer experiences, but a whole backpack. So like we say, this suite of digital badges that capture all the kinds of informal learning, personalized learning, online learning that they've done.
So far in San Diego, you can get badges for everything from building a skateboard to attending business workshops. The Central Library, Downtown Partnership, Fleet Science Center, and San Diego Workforce Partnership have already signed on to offer learning experiences. Some are free, others require a membership or fee to use the facility. Halliday says anyone can sign up for the platform, but it's geared towards 16 to 24-year-olds who want more than what a traditional school environment can offer, or who can't afford a fancy summer camp.
We want young people in school and out of school for there to be the possibility of learning anywhere they want on their own terms, according to their own strengths, interests, and values. And that when you activate spaces like Fab Labs and libraries and museums, in addition to the experiences that are happening in school, then you set them on a path where anything is possible, and that the changes that occur when you're doing something like this design class can set you on a path to a career that you didn't otherwise expect.
That's what happened to Pacheco Rodriguez.
Coming here showed me that I can do all of my art and make it real instead of on a paper. I can put it on a necklace, and like this, I can learn how to make it even more 3D. So it changed my whole idea of what I wanted to proceed in my life.
She thought she would pursue psychology, but now wants to be an environmental engineer. She's already planning to change her class schedule.
So I'm literally going to wipe all that off, and whatever they show me at City College this week, I'm going to actually try to look into some more, because it's what I want to do. It's really cool.
Halliday is being honored by Teach for America San Diego at its Innovation and Education Awards tonight for his work increasing access to career pathways. Megan Burks, KPBS News.
Service is being interrupted at several San Diego libraries. It's all part of an effort to update technology. The improvements are system-wide. Library leaders say once it's done, customer service will be better and the library overall will be more efficient. At least 9 branches will be closed for 2 weeks. To find out if your library is impacted, the city's public library page has the full list. A sizzling spring day for San Diego. Now, here's a look at Bay Evanston Fountain in Balboa Park. All that water will be refreshing since we have more hot weather in the forecast. Shanae Shocker has more on that warming trend.
Well, as far as the West Coast is concerned, Southern California all the way up to really the San Francisco area, we are looking at very nice, very dry, clear skies. The jet stream being held off towards Northern California. That's funneling all of these clouds and all that moisture, the wet weather out towards the Pacific Northwest there, and pulling that snowfall over the Great Basin area. So we're not even really looking at snow in towards the mountains either. Now for tonight across the San Diego County region into the metro area, at least we're looking at our lows staying fairly warm, 56 degrees and clear skies. So star-studded out there. Go ahead and take a look up above as you head out for your Thursday evening. Taking a look across the county for your Thursday night, 45 into Ramona, 42 into Mount Laguna. So we are remaining with some pretty mild temperatures into this evening here. For our Friday, well, area of high pressure off the coast of Northern California is going to keep much of the Great Basin region all the way in towards Utah fairly dry as well, but we will continue to see some very warm temperatures as we continue to see an offshore flow here. So for our Friday, though it's going to be warm, 73. As we head into the weekend, 73 is going to be one of the coolest days heading towards early next week. So sitting in those low to mid 70s here for the weekend, mostly sunny skies, though we will see some clouds around the area. So should be a nice weekend to get outdoors, enjoy those temperatures in those low to mid 70s, because by Monday, heading back to work, it is going to be a warm one, 80 degrees for our high. We'll be on a slight cool down as we head into our Tuesday. Now, inland temperature is going to get even warmer Friday, starting at 81 degrees, and we are climbing all the way into next week on our Monday, just below 90 degrees, 87. So it is starting to feel like we're headed back towards springtime temperatures here. Mostly sunny conditions, not going to see any wet weather here. And then as far as the mountains go, fairly mild out here as well. Temperature is going to sit in those mid to upper 60s. Not too much of a temperature change over the next 5 days, so staying pretty comfortable. Monday, however, once again, going to be the warmer day of our extended forecast period. And last but not least, well, we hit that 90-degree mark, and it doesn't look like we're going anywhere out of it into the deserts. We're going to stay into those low 90s starting Friday, climbing into those mid-90s. We are nearing the triple-digit mark here on our Monday as we head back to work. So do make sure you are wearing that sunscreen, drinking plenty of water as well. It's going to be a hot one heading back to work on Monday. For KPBS News, I'm Shanae Shocker.
Uber's self-driving cars are coming back to California streets, but the company doesn't plan to pick up passengers for now. The California Department of Motor Vehicles has granted the ride-hailing company permission to run 2 SUVs on public roads. The permits resolve a conflict from December when Uber rolled out a self-driving car service in San Francisco without the DMV's approval. After a several-day showdown, Uber packed up its self-driving cars for Arizona. The prospect of going under the knife got one San Diego computer scientist wondering, if 3D graphics bring video games to life, why can't they help protect his life? KPBS science reporter David Wagner has the story on the unusual approach a professor took for his own operation. And a warning, there's some surgical footage in this next story.
That was right there.
UC San Diego's Larry Smar is the kind of guy who wears a Fitbit, monitors his sleep, and has had his DNA sequenced. But he takes the whole self-tracking thing farther than most. For instance, he's showing me a 3D printed model of part of his colon, the part cut out in a recent surgery.
Just this amount of my body was out of control. And to be able to actually hold it was very empowering.
Smar has inflammatory bowel disease. He's had his internal organs mapped using 3D imaging, and he's happy to show them to you in virtual reality.
So actually, for 4 years, I've been giving tours of the insides of my body to hundreds of people.
Yeah, let me just first set it up.
In a dark room at Cal IT2, the UCSD Institute Smar leads, a computer scientist is pulling up the 3D map of Smar's colon. They call this room the Virtual Reality Cave. We're surrounded by black walls, and projected onto them is a huge floating image of Smar's insides.
And so this is my entire colon.
Smar recently brought his surgeon into the cave to show her the bunched up section causing trouble. He wanted her to see exactly what she'd have to cut out before the operation.
The surgeon could see she was going to cut it here, and then she was going to cut it here.
Leading up to his surgery, Smar was bothered by the thought that this kind of imaging, which has been possible for years, is not already used in the operating room. His surgeon, Sonia Ramamurthy of UC San Diego Health, felt the same way.
I have teenage boys, and I look at their video games, and it just kills me every time to think, how is it that we have such great gaming graphics and technology, and none of that's been applied to surgery and simulation yet?
Smar proposed an idea. Why not incorporate this 3D map into his surgery? Ramamurthy says this is not the typical approach, but she was all for it.
He was able to sort of help me visualize more and put me through a kind of a simulation of what it would be like to operate on him before I operated on him.
Ramamurthy says surgeons are already good at performing successful colon resections, but they do encounter unique challenges with each patient, challenges they'd be better off knowing about before the patient goes under. 3D imaging is already used in some other types of surgery, but Ramamurthy thinks bowel operations could be improved by a kind of GPS for surgery. She says it could be like drivers using Google Maps to find the best route through an unfamiliar area.
It's the same kind of information I need before I go into the operating room to operate on someone. I mean, the stakes are high in the operating room.
Ramamurthy had the 3D map of Smar's colon on display throughout the surgery. She even drafted UCSD computer scientist Jürgen Schultz into the operating room. He's the one who created the 3D map by painstakingly layering 2D MRI images, one on top of another. Schultz has no formal training to assist in surgeries, but he was there to help surgeons refer to this 3D map during the operation.
Going into that surgery, I was definitely a nervous wreck. Not only was it an actual surgery on a human, but it was also a surgery on a human that I've worked with for, a good 10 years.
But it all worked out fine. And now Ramamurthy wants to use 3D imaging with more of her patients in the hopes of standardizing this approach.
I think that's going to be something that we start here at UCSD that's just going to profoundly shift what we do worldwide in surgery.
A few months after the surgery, Larry Smar continues to recover well. Some patients might have been freaked out by the idea of tinkering with a tried-and-true approach to surgery. But Smar says turning himself into a guinea pig actually reduced his anxiety.
As a patient, your fundamental enemy is the unknown. That's what drives anxiety. That's what drives fear. And as a patient, I was learning and helping form the game plan for what was going to be done to my body. That reduced all kinds of uncertainty.
Smar likes to say his job is to live in the future and report back. If this is the future of surgery, he says it's a future where patients will feel more in control of their health care, even when they're under anesthesia. David Wagner, KPBS News.
Hundreds of doctors are gathering in San Diego this weekend for the 12th annual Scripps Health Conference on Brain Injury and Rehabilitation. KPBS health reporter Kenny Goldberg says brain trauma is linked to 1/3 of all injury-related deaths in the U.S.
An estimated 2.5 million Americans sustain a brain injury each year. The vast majority of these are mild concussions, but a significant number are severe enough to require hospitalization. The Centers for Disease Control Prevention says falls are the leading cause of brain injury. Dr. Michael Lobatz directs the Brain Injury Rehabilitation Program at Scripps Health. He says advances in imaging and trauma care have helped to improve outcomes.
We can now, within a matter of seconds or minutes, get diagnoses of intracranial bleeding, and patients can be rushed to the operating room to relieve pressure in their brain.
Lobatz says the brain can remodel itself even after a serious injury. He says with proper therapy and hard work, people can regain quality of life. Kenny Goldberg, KPBS News.
Lawmakers are taking another shot at removing the sales tax on tampons and diapers in California, announcing new legislation that would repeal taxes on these items. To balance out the $70 million in lost tax revenue, they're proposing an excise tax on alcohol, amounting to about 2 cents per cocktail.
You can't not buy diapers. You can't not buy feminine hygiene products. So these are things people are forced to purchase. They're health products, and yet we, some reason, tax them.
Last year, Governor Brown vetoed similar legislation, saying the lost taxes would be too much from the state general fund. We're introducing a new series about young leaders in southeastern San Diego. You will meet the men and women who are trying to change their community. Khaled Alexander shares his story in his own words.
I had a lot of friends and people who I knew who were getting out from incarceration. So I started working with them and a couple of other people to help try to get them placed into jobs, help them get a place to stay. And it just kind of built from there to what we have today. So one of the people who were involved in kind of founding it and kind of we worked together, he was a brother who had been incarcerated off and on throughout his life in juvenile detention and in prison. He had spent a lot of time. And I remember he came home one day with a bag from the 99-cent store. And he was really excited. He had a big smile on his face. And he said, I just went grocery shopping for the first time. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Well, what did you get? And there was, a few packets of Top Ramen. There were some Sour Patch Kids, and there were like some Nutty Buddy bars or something like that. And that's when it kind of hit me that people who have been institutionalized from such a young age have never had the opportunity to see, okay, well, what does grocery shopping mean? What does eating healthy mean? What does cooking mean? And so although outside of Southeast San Diego there is a a tendency to kind of look down on Southeast San Diego, or kind of myth of it being a dangerous or a bad area of town. But the people who actually live here have a deep pride about the community that they're from.
You can see more of Khaled and other young leaders next week when we debut our New Voices series. San Diego students have less than a week to apply for a program that digitally connects local youth to teens in Iraq. KPBS City Heights reporter Taryn Minto has the story.
The Digital Young Leaders Exchange program is like a pen pal initiative for the 21st century. Students in this country will use video chats, webinars, and other online tools to connect with their counterparts in Iraq. San Diego Diplomacy Council Executive Director Fabian Perlov says the goal of the program is to support the next generation of world leaders.
To develop their leadership skills, to learn how to work together despite the cultural differences, and to put projects to address issues in their own communities.
Applications are due March 15th. Another initiative this summer will bring 14 Iraqi students to San Diego. Taryn Mento, KPBS News.
Here's a look at what we're working on for tomorrow in the KPBS newsroom. On Morning Edition, happy birthday to the oldest survivor of Pearl Harbor. Hear from the Navy veteran about his secret to turning 105 years old. And on Midday Edition, wave your wands. The San Diego Symphony offers a magical performance inspired by Harry Potter's first trip to Hogwarts. That's tomorrow on KPBS Radio. You can find tonight's stories on our website, kpbs.org/evening edition. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.